Richard Starkey, who the world would come to know as Ringo Starr, was born on July 7, 1940, in the working-class neighborhood of Dingle, Liverpool. From the start, life presented challenges. His parents, Richard Starkey Sr. and Elsie Gleave, once enjoyed lively musical gatherings and ballroom dancing. But family life changed after Ringo's birth. His father, often absent, left his mother to care for him amid difficult circumstances, and by 1944, their marriage ended. Ringo faced serious medical issues, including complications from an appendectomy and later tuberculosis, which kept him in hospitals for extended periods. Yet in these quiet, solitary moments, he discovered music. Using whatever objects were at hand, he began drumming, finding rhythm and joy in the midst of illness. These early experiences shaped his resilience, patience, and connection to music that would define his life. Discovering music in adversity. Ringo's illnesses and long recoveries could have been limiting, but they became a foundation for creativity and focus. Confined to hospitals, he explored percussion using makeshift instruments, tapping out rhythms on furniture and trays. Music became a private world where he felt control and joy. Returning home, he found school difficult to keep up with, and the streets of Liverpool, though lively, were often unforgiving. Yet Ringo never lost his connection to rhythm. His stepfather, Harry Graves, provided guidance, introducing him to big band music and encouraging him with kindness and support. This blend of musical exposure and nurturing mentorship sparked his enduring passion. By the time he entered adolescence, Ringo's drumming had already become instinctive, a way to express himself, connect with others, and overcome the obstacles that life continually presented. Early inspirations and skiffle music. Growing up in Liverpool, Ringo encountered both challenges and inspiration. The neighborhood could be rough, but the local music scene offered hope and excitement. He became captivated by skiffle, a lively and improvisational genre, which allowed him to experiment with rhythm. Ringo practiced tirelessly, often alongside friends like Roy Trafford, performing wherever they could find space, even in factory lunchrooms. He and his friends added other musicians, forming early bands and performing skiffle tunes for small audiences. Music became both a personal escape and a shared joy, teaching Ringo the value of collaboration and camaraderie. Dance also fascinated him, leading to lessons that enhanced his sense of timing and stage presence. These experiences fostered creativity, resilience, and social connection, all of which would later play a critical role in his success with the Beatles. First bands and musical growth. By the late 1950s, Ringo's dedication to music began taking tangible shape. His first drum kit, a second-hand set with a snare, bass drum, and a makeshift cymbal, arrived on Christmas Day in 1957, a gift from his stepfather. This modest kit sparked a lifelong commitment to drumming, and Ringo's early performances became more polished and confident. He played with the Eddie Miles Band and later Eddie Clayton and the Clayton Squares, experimenting with skiffle and early rock. His playful stage persona, including solo moments known as Star Time, displayed humor and charm that audiences responded to. By joining bands such as Al Caldwell's Texans and later Rory Storm and the Hurricanes, Ringo transitioned into rock and roll, refining his technique and gaining experience performing for larger crowds. These years laid the foundation for his signature drumming style, focused on groove, musicality, and accessibility. Hamburg and the Beatles connection. The early 1960s brought pivotal experiences for Ringo. Rory Storm and the Hurricanes toured extensively, performing at holiday camps, Air Force bases, and eventually in Hamburg, Germany. Hamburg's clubs were intense training grounds, demanding long performances and resilience. It was here that Ringo first encountered John Lennon, Paul McCartney, and George Harrison, who were still gaining experience as the Beatles. Opportunities to collaborate and observe them inspired both admiration and connection. On one occasion, he even played drums alongside the Beatles on a recording with Rory Storm's singer. These encounters fostered early friendships and mutual respect, setting the stage for future collaboration. The energy, creativity, and camaraderie of Hamburg cemented Ringo's place in the local and international music scene, preparing him for the transformative role he would soon assume with the Beatles. Joining the Beatles. In January 1962, Ringo made a decision that would change the course of his life. After leaving Rory Storm and the Hurricanes, he received an invitation from John Lennon to join the Beatles. Shortly thereafter, manager Brian Epstein replaced drummer Pete Best with Ringo, marking the beginning of a defining partnership. Ringo's first performance with the Beatles, in August 1962, drew attention, and though some fans protested, his talent and personality quickly won over audiences. His early recording sessions reflected both promise and learning curves, including the notable moment when he played tambourine on Love Me Do, while producer George Martin used another drummer as a precaution. By November, Ringo's charm, humor, and musical intuition had made him an integral part of the band. His ability to blend technical skill with approachable personality established him as the heartbeat of the Fab Four, Beatlemania and stardom. By 1963, the Beatles had ignited a cultural phenomenon. Ringo, with his approachable demeanor and sense of humor, complemented the band's rising fame. Their music, filled with catchy melodies and energetic rhythms, captured audiences in Britain and soon across the world. Television appearances, including the iconic Ed Sullivan Show in 1964, introduced the Beatles to millions of Americans, cementing their global reach. Ringo's drumming, playful personality, and star-time antics became central to the band's identity. He was more than a musician, he was a symbol of joy and steadiness amid unprecedented fame. While John and Paul often dominated songwriting, Ringo's contributions provided balance, musicality, and a light-hearted presence, endearing him to fans and fellow band members alike. Facing challenges and growing pains, success brought both exhilaration and pressure. Touring schedules were grueling, and Ringo occasionally faced health challenges, such as tonsillitis, that caused him to miss shows. Internal tensions within the Beatles sometimes created friction, particularly during recording sessions for albums like the White Album. At times, Ringo felt overshadowed, a sentiment that led him to temporarily step away from the group. Yet these moments of strain were balanced by reconciliation, mutual respect, and shared creativity. Through it all, Ringo's humor and empathy helped maintain group cohesion. Even amid challenges, he remained a calming and unifying presence, demonstrating emotional intelligence and resilience. His ability to navigate stress while maintaining warmth contributed significantly to the band's enduring success and to his own personal growth. Solo career and reinvention. Following the Beatles' breakup in 1970, Ringo demonstrated remarkable independence. He quickly launched a solo career, releasing hits like It Don't Come Easy, Photograph, and You're 16, which showcased his distinctive musical voice. His 1973 self-titled album featured contributions from former bandmates, highlighting enduring friendships and mutual support. Ringo also explored television, including narrating Thomas and Friends and starring in Shining Time Station, bringing music and storytelling to younger audiences. In 1989, he formed Ringo Starr and his all-star band, creating collaborative performances that celebrated the talents of various musicians alongside his own hits. These endeavors reflected Ringo's ongoing creativity, adaptability, and generosity, allowing him to flourish artistically while maintaining the joy and accessibility that had defined his career from the start. Personal life and family. Ringo's personal life has been marked by both love and learning. He married Maureen Cox in 1965 and had 3 children, building a family life alongside his demanding career. After their divorce and Maureen's later passing, Ringo found enduring companionship with Barbara Bach, whom he married in 1981. Their life together reflects a balance of public engagement and private peace, with homes in Los Angeles, Monte Carlo, and London. Ringo's children and grandchildren continue to nurture his musical legacy, occasionally joining him on stage. Despite fame and wealth, he has maintained grounded habits, including meditation, vegetarianism, and a focus on kindness and positivity. Family, music, and personal growth remain central, illustrating a life built on love, resilience, and enduring creativity. Reflections on the Beatles' journey. In reflecting on the Beatles' history, Ringo speaks with candid warmth and insight. He describes the late 1960s as a period of evolving dynamics, where personal relationships, artistic priorities, and external influences naturally shifted. Yet, he emphasizes understanding and forgiveness, acknowledging that each member contributed uniquely to the group's legacy. Ringo's perspective highlights resilience, humor, and collaboration, qualities that enabled him to navigate both the highs and challenges of fame. By embracing patience and empathy, he helped preserve the bonds that remain meaningful decades later. His reflections serve not only as historical insight, but also as a testament to the power of perseverance, humility, and the enduring influence of shared creative work. Enduring legacy and influence. Ringo Starr's life embodies musical talent, resilience, and a gift for connecting with people. His drumming style, humor, and humanity shaped the Beatles and inspired generations of musicians worldwide. Beyond accolades like knighthood and induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Ringo is admired for his humility and dedication to peace, kindness, and artistic integrity. Even in his 80s, he continues to perform, tour, and share insights, demonstrating that creativity and joy have no age limit. His story reflects not only personal triumph, but also a broader cultural impact, highlighting how dedication, collaboration, and positivity can leave a lasting mark. Ringo's rhythm, both musical and personal, remains steady, inspiring, and warmly memorable.